So the Indianapolis Colts lose another offensive lineman. Now, he was going to be a backup center or right guard, wherever Chris Ballard would want him to be. If either or went down, he would move up either or. Offensive line depth is not looking good. I'll be completely honest with you. If one or two of these guys in the offensive line goes down, it's going to be rough sledding throughout the entire season. Quentin Nelson and Ryan Kelly go down, the interior of the offensive line is going to be one of the worst in the NFL, if not the worst. And to be honest with you, some of these guys have had injury issues. Quentin Nelson has been on and off with some injuries lately. Ryan Kelly has always had injury issues. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered in the depth of this offensive line. It is razor thin. Razor thin. And we saw how horrible this Colts offensive line was, the second offensive line, versus the Bills' backup defensive line. They did have some starters out there. Boogie Basham was out there. Didn't look good. It didn't look good versus the Bears. I'm worried. None of these guys look good. I like Will Fries, but right now he's even listed as a starter. I like Will Fries a little more than some people may. I think he's got a shot to be a good guard, but we'll see. We'll see. I think he has a much higher floor than Danny Pinter. But Pinter being out for the season hurts. And I know I previously stated that Pinter, I don't think he's a great right guard. You know, his lows are really low. His bads are horrible. Some of the worst in the league bads. But, you know, he has his reps where he's okay. Average. Not horrible. Even the worst guys do, though. But he's actually a pretty good backup center. I'm not even going to lie. He's a good backup center. He shows a lot of promise for being a center. So mainly a backup. When Ryan Kelly went down that 1 year for a couple of games, he was having a personal issue. Danny Pinter looked pretty good. And injury-wise, Pinter looked good when he stepped in for Kelly a couple times. I have faith in Pinter at center. Guard, not so much. And then you look at these backup guys, and like I said, he's not great at right guard. He's not great at guard, but he is a versatile piece. He can cover center or guard if you really need him to. He's like an emergency option at guard. So Chris Ballard better go out there and look for some guys to fill in for the depth, maybe even a right guard. I like Will Fries. Maybe go and sign Dalton Risner. Go and sign him. He's still in the market. We heard there's interest. Go sign him. I hope Chris Ballard doesn't just look at this offensive line and say, hey, we're going to stick it out with you guys. Let's see what you got. It's the NFL, man. And you have a young rookie quarterback in that backfield. You have a young rookie quarterback who needs experience and needs to be able to see the field and get good experiences out there. You cannot go out there, if one or two of these guys get hurt, if Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson go down for a couple of games, you got to worry about Anthony Richardson. He's not going to be able to step up in the pocket because the interior of the offensive line is going to be one of the worst in the league. It's going to be difficult for Anthony Richardson to step up, go through progressions. He's going to be being hit a lot. And I think that's when it goes downhill when you throw a quarterback into the fire. When you're letting him get hit a lot, not allowing to step up, go through his progressions. And, I'd rather him throw an interception, going through his progressions, and, having a chance to see the field than just having to chuck it up and, make a bad play into a disaster, because that's what I'm worried about AR. I'm worried that he's going to make bad plays into disasters when he's panicking. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter who's back there. No one's going to be able to step up. No one's going to have time to throw the football to any of these playmakers if they have no time. It's not looking good in the offensive line depth of the team at all. Horrible. Like I said, Ryan Kelly has had injury issues throughout his career. He's had a hard time staying healthy and staying on the field. And you at the very least have to go out and find a guy that can play backup center at a very least average level. Maybe a little bit below average. But Dakota Shepley is not the backup center you want. Carter O'Donnell and Wesley French are not the backup guards you want. Blake Freeland, he's young. He has a high ceiling. Maybe we should try Blake Freeland at right guard. Big guy out of BYU. Now, as we've seen with Matt Pryor, just having a big guy, I kind of learned this the hard way. Just having a big guy at guard doesn't mean he's going to play well. Look at Dan Skipper. He's, 6'10", one of the tallest players in the NFL. And right now, currently, he's moved up to the backup to the third right tackle. And he's not even good at the position he's supposed to be playing, which he normally plays, which is center. Or guard, I mean. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm worried. Don't forget, we lost Jake Witt as well. A little scary right now. It's a little scary right now. Like I said, if one or two of these guys go down, it's going to be a long season. Chris Ballard, I hope you get out there, and I hope you look through some of these cuts that other teams are making, and you find someone that you could plug into this offensive line, and at the very least, have them as backups, get to know a system, get to work in a little bit in case some of these guys do go down. Because even if just Ryan Kelly goes down, 66% of your interior is rough sledding. It's not going to be good. Now, like I said, I have hopes for Fries. I think he could maybe be an average guard, maybe. But I don't know yet. He's had some rough plays in preseason, but he did not look horrible at some points. And even the running game. We saw how bad the running game was with the second team offensive line is. We saw how bad it was. None of the second team offensive linemen actually looked remotely, somewhat average. They're all of them were horrible in run blocking. And considering you're not, Jonathan Taylor or not, you're gonna need room for your running backs to navigate and find the hole, and allow them to have some patience. Running back can't go nowhere if he has nowhere to run to. You need offensive line depth badly. Chris Ballard, go out and get some. Stop being stubborn. I'm so scared Chris Ballard is just going to look at them and be like, we're going to roll with them. We're going to give them a shot. We're going to hope that they can hold up. Is that any way to win NFL games, to go out there and say, hey, I hope these guys hold up? No, it's not. When you're saying, hey, I hope these guys hold up, you're saying, hey, I hope they're not going to be an Achilles heel to this team. I hope they're not going to be as horrible as we possibly think they can be, because that possibility is there. The possibility is there for any player to be horrible, but just get that. Chris Ballard, please. Please don't be stubborn. Please go and look. Please. I'm begging you. That's all you got for me today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. Before we get out of here today, I want to give our members a shout out. Thank you to Marshman Gunner, and thank you to Red the Rat for being members for a couple of months now. Red the Rat is coming up on his 1 month. Marshman Gunner is coming up on his third or fourth month. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around, becoming members. Very important to me. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Without you guys, there's no JDW Sports Talk Show. Without everyone, there's no JDW Sports Talk Show. I just want to say, never feel like you have to become a member, because if you're not a member, you're still going to be a very important part to this community. But if you do become a member, you're going to get a little extra back, like a shout out at the end of every video. I'm going to give, if you give a little bit extra to the channel to enable me do this, to give a little more back to you guys, I am going to give a little more back to the members. It's fair. It's just how the world works, fam. So that's all I got for you today. No, I didn't mean to make it sound like that in a bad way. Don't feel like you have to become a member to be a part of this community. But if you're going to be a member, you're going to get a little extra back, because you're giving a little extra to the show. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you for tuning into the JW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. This is all I got. I said this is all I got for you today like 30 times. This is JW Sports Talk Show, signing off.